Hi guys. My name is Angus, the official voice of the Sushi Jackknife IT office. Each time you hear this sound in this episode, that means the computer fucked up and we had to stop for a moment. It's bullshit. We're working on it. I'm being punished each and every time it happens. I love the sweet bliss of pain. Oh. You enjoy.
I'm too sexy for my ass.
They shy away from Whitesnake.
Spectral brain.
Why does that man keep saying mulatto?
I have this rubber lobster.
Mind freaking.
Homemade guacamole.
Sushi Jackknife. 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 Sushi Jackknife.
Ba-ba-ba-dubba. Abba-da-ba-ba.
Yabba-da.
Abba-da-ba.
Yabba-da. Yabba-da-ba-ba-da. You just went yabba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba.
Well, I don't
can't
script
reproduce
these
that?
things. No, it happens naturally, organically.
Guys, the best stuff on this show happens right before I hit record. I'm too sexy for my ass.
That's not an actual verse from that song.
Switching gears, homemade guacamole. I'm very proud of myself. I made homemade guacamole, and it's really good.
And
It's really good.
I saw it, and I identified it as guacamole, so that's the first step of good homemade guacamole.
Yeah, it looks like guacamole.
If I look at it and go, why is there a turd in a bowl? You didn't do it right.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it was green. It decent. It looked like something you might even buy.
Well, I wouldn't buy that.
Well, okay, fine.
It was too chunky.
You don't like chunky guacamole?
No. Guacamole can't be chunky. Come on.
I like it.
Come
I like it a
on.
little chunky.
No, that's insane.
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da.
Charge.
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da.
Yeah, charge.
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da.
Welcome to Sushi Jackknife.
Welcome to Sushi Jackknife. We're only a minute and a half in, and I'm already confused.
I kind of started off confused today. My brain has not been like present all week.
Yeah?
It's just been gone, and I don't know where it went.
Your brain checked out?
My brain, it signed up for a vacation week. My body did not get the memo,
right.
And I've just been doing things, and my brain's been somewhere else, just braining around, you know.
You think it went on a nice vacation somewhere?
And probably.
Yeah.
I mean, my brain, it's got a good imagination.
Yeah,
so it can
definitely.
come up with a good vacation if
Right.
it thinks about it.
I think
you know.
so. And when it gets back, it can fill you in.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So is this some sort of spectral brain?
Sure.
Okay. Or does your brain have some sort of plasticity that allows it to like leak out of your ear at night?
My brain, what happens?
Okay.
My brain leaks out and then just forms a separate brain person. It looks like a regular person.
Oh, I see.
But like
Okay.
kind of gray and lumpy.
Yeah.
And then it just goes about its business. It's kind of a night owl. So it does it while I sleep. And then when I'm about to get out of bed, usually it just climbs back in through my ear hole.
Okay.
This week, however, it packed up overnight while I was asleep and just went on its merry little way, and I don't know where it's at.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Does it have some sort of mobile app or something where it can still tell your body what to do?
No.
Or does it leave like
No.
essential functions? No, the whole thing goes.
Yeah, I haven't had a good breath all week because nothing's telling me to do it.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
You having to remember to breathe. This is going to be not a great show.
No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna collapse partway through. It's gonna be real bad.
The ubiquitous tea sip. We were just talking about, what were we just talking about?
We were talking about a lot of things.
We were talking about how the 90s are back.
Yeah.
The 90s.
No, I was telling you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was driving around this weekend.
Yeah. It was,
Turn on the radio, flipping through the stations, as I do.
right.
And Nashville has a good classic rock station.
What's it called?
I don't know.
Is it?
It's the good classic rock
Is it
station in
94.5?
Nashville.
Is it
Okay.
hippie radio?
No.
Okay.
No,
I
not-
like hippie radio.
Hippie radio's on our pre-programmed stations.
Oh,
It's
good.
not that one.
Okay.
This one plays a good selection of Pink Floyd. They love "Wish You Were Here."
Every classic rock station loves "Wish You Were Here."
Well, that's because it's great. It's an amazing song. They play Jimi Hendrix.
Okay.
They shy away from Whitesnake, which is what a lot of classic rock stations go to. They're like, oh, let's play some Whitesnake, some AC/DC.
Yeah.
Crazy Train, one time. We're going to play Crazy Train, and then we're going to go back to Whitesnake again.
Yeah. And then in our normal rotation of Boston. And
A lot of Boston.
A lot of Boston.
No one wants that much Boston.
No.
The band Boston got tired of listening to themselves when they listened through their album.
That's
again.
true. Yeah.
If you listen to any Boston album, the last like 3 tracks
Right.
aren't mixed as well. And it's just because they went, I don't
They
care
just
anymore.
didn't care anymore.
Ugh.
They gave up on themselves. So, yeah.
Anyway, we were flipping through the stations, landed on the classic rock station. And what is playing but Smells Like Teen Spirit?
Oh, that makes me want to die.
What, 1992? Is that when that's from?
91 maybe?
91?
I don't know. I can't quite remember. It's 91 or 92, I'm pretty sure.
In our lifetime.
Oh, definitely. In
Yeah.
our lifetime. Now, saying that in our lifetime, if it was 1992, I was 8.
Yeah.
That seems about right. I was 8. Yeah. Wow, doesn't that make you feel...
Well, it's classic rock now.
Oh, it makes me feel bad.
91.
91.
Late
Okay.
91 was
So-
when it was released.
All right, so I was 7. I actually have a memory of that song. I remember riding to school with my mom and hearing it on the radio and being like, what is this? And not in a good way.
Hearing it on the radio and going, why does that man keep saying
Yeah.
mulatto?
Right. Now, I love Nirvana. I'm a huge Nirvana fan now, but apparently as a 7-year-old, was kind of more into Prince.
To be fair, 7-year-olds usually have questionable music taste. 7-year-old Justin liked Prince.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. My mom was a big
See, that's not bad for a 7-year-old.
Big Prince person. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with
I was
that.
just in the previous day. I was still in the 80s a little bit.
Yeah, nothing
you know?
wrong with a little Purple Rain.
No, not at all.
Huh.
Nothing wrong with a little Party Like It's 1999. Mm-hmm. Nothing wrong with a little Raspberry Beret.
Yeah. You know
Or-
what I had at that age musically going on?
The Wobbles or something?
No. I don't even know what that is.
I don't think that's anything.
That would be back when I listened to Christian rock music.
Oh. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Little cross rock?
Yeah. Not good. It was not good.
At that time?
I've listened. No, now. Like, I've
Has it
listened
ever-
to it again.
has-
No, it wasn't good.
Has it ever been good?
What Christian rock in general,
Yes.
or the stuff I listen to?
Christian rock in general.
Do you mean people who self-identify as Christian rock, or people who get thrown into the Christian rock genre? Because that happens a lot.
Whichever makes me right.
Well, you didn't state an opinion, so
All right. Well, I can see you're a very clever man.
yeah. Because the people who get thrown in,
Right.
You got like Sufjan Stevens, who got thrown into that genre. People considered him Christian rock. You could buy his album in the
that's
Christian
true.
bookstore.
Really? Mm-hmm. That's wild.
Band-
You could buy like Illinois with a track about John Wayne Gacy.
I don't think Illinois was in
Okay,
there.
all
I
right.
saw Michigan.
Okay,
one
Michigan.
time.
Okay,
Yeah.
Michigan. Okay.
Me Without You
yeah.
was on
okay.
Tooth and Nail,
Yeah,
which
right.
is a Christian record label. And yes, they have very overtly religious lyrics, but a lot of them are not positive.
we're a Christian critique band.
And
yeah.
a lot of it is Sufi, not anyway.
Oh,
it's a
not
whole,
Christian.
Yeah, it's a
Oh.
whole separate thing.
Oh, Sufi, huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
But then,
That's not-
on the flip side, young Nathan was
Yeah.
listening to bands like the Newsboys.
Oh, the Newsboys.
Remember the Newsboys?
I do remember the News. I can't remember a song by the Newsboys, but I remember.
I can
the
remember
Newsboys.
far too many songs by the
Just give me a
Newsboys.
little bit of.
No.
Come on.
No one wants that. Just
Somebody might want it.
Get on the Google machine if you want it.
Okay. All right.
Type in the Newsboys.
Yeah.
Make sure it's like late 90s Newsboys.
Yeah.
Because that would be most of what I was listening to. And
that was their prime era?
that was
late
before
90s?
they became straight praise music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They made a switch around the time I discovered punk rock.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, very fortuitous timing because I was...
Whoa, that's not going to be in the final.
Nah.
No, I'm going to cut that out.
Are you recording
guys,
now?
Yeah, you guys didn't hear what he just did. We're having some ones and zero issues tonight, so forgive me.
Some
There's going to be
technical difficulties.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Technical difficulties?
Justin, he keeps running into the same ID10T error. It's just write it out.
ID.
Write it down and look at it.
ID 10?
Yeah, 10.
Ah, idiot.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so kind. You were saying
nerd joke.
I'm going to throw that at my IT people at work.
They'll love it.
Yeah.
Every IT person I've ever met loves that joke. You mentioned that you know the joke,
right?
Because I did not come up with that joke. I'm not taking
sure
credit
you
for
didn't.
it. But you mentioned that you know it, and it's like you're in their secret club.
Sort of a badge of honor, this joke.
It's like you get to go to the weird IT friars roast, where they just tell that joke over and over.
And they drink a lot of Mountain Dew. A lot of Mountain Dew.
A lot of Cheetos.
A lot of Cheetos.
The IT people at my job always have Cheetos or Doritos.
Really?
Yeah. Every time they're eating lunch, they will have Cheetos or Doritos.
This is some weird cultural thing with
right.
Yeah, and I don't want to alienate our very small audience right now. Anyone that might be in the IT field.
Well, it's not a knock against them.
It's just a fact, isn't it? Yeah, it's a fact.
There's a reason stereotypes about IT people exist.
The same reason that racial and sex stereotypes exist.
Yeah.
They're all true.
Every one of them.
Every last one of them.
I can't dance a lick. That actually is true.
Yeah, neither can I. Yeah. So you were saying about you found punk rock.
Yeah.
After growing up with
after
Christian
years
rock.
of terrible, terrible, awful, god awful, terrible.
Literally God underline awful.
Just it's so bad. Just the worst. And there was like a bridge to real music.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got the Christian music.
Yeah.
Which, awful. I mean, just barely above Nickelback.
Ding.
Barely above Nickelback.
Ding, 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 ding.
And then I discovered a band called MXPX.
Oh, MXPX, yeah.
Now, MXPX was a Christian band, for those who can't see me, air quotes around that, because they were on Tooth and Nail.
Ah, I see.
That's it. That's the only reason
that's
they were
where
considered.
it ended.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
They happened to be on the same label
Right.
as bands that really were Christian bands.
And now, of course, later on, they're like signed to Fat Mike's label to Fat Wreck.
Oh yeah, Fat Wreck. Yeah.
Which is the opposite of a Christian record.
Right.
But that was like the bridge into like, oh, punk rock exists. Also other music.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you, MXPX.
You went right from punk rock to like romantic era classical, right?
Yeah.
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 And just slowly discovered yourself.
Man, MXPX, this is a really great... What's Vivaldi? I should check out Vivaldi. This sounds great.
That spring piece always puts me in a good mood.
It does.
It does. Really? It does.
If you listen to that and you're not immediately happy...
Yeah.
There's
Is that the one that
something
goes...
wrong with you.
Something?
Yes.
Okay, great.
I believe so.
Yeah. I reproduced it perfectly for you so
yeah.
that you could tell.
Most Vivaldi's very pretty.
It is very pretty.
It's very pretty.
It's melodious,
music.
you
Yeah.
might say.
It's not Bach. Bach is not so pretty.
Bach
sometimes.
is kind of the metal of the classical world, like the math metal of the classical world.
Yeah, I see.
It's
that.
all moving
Yeah.
and changing.
So you're saying Bach is the Rush of classical music.
Bach is totally the Rush, the prog rock of classical music.
I would agree with that.
Vivaldi is the... Name something melodious.
I would give Pink Floyd and Vivaldi, if we're
Equal
going
footing?
in the rock realm. Pink Floyd, pretty melodious.
This is true.
There's always something a little bit soothing and all that, except for like Money.
Money and like some of the tracks on The Wall.
Yeah.
Because, ooh.
Yeah.
Like The Trial, you know that track?
Yeah. So what's Beethoven?
He's the Beatles.
He's the Beatles.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love Beethoven.
Okay.
Beethoven. He's great. You know when he died? No, was that Mozart? Either Mozart or Beethoven. Mozart died penniless, right?
Yeah.
Beethoven, when he died, people came out into the streets and mourned over his body.
Well, they should have just taken him to the hospital. He might not have been dead yet. It's a bad idea. If you see someone you like collapse in the street, it's not a great idea to just surround them and stare at them. There's a lot of other things you can do. Like try CPR. Yeah.
They didn't have that in his day.
They didn't have CPR.
Their method at that time would have been to hit you with something related to your trade.
Well, they should have hit him.
So they should have hit Beethoven with a metronome or a piano or maybe a violin.
Maybe someone was going to go get like a harpsichord or something to hit him with.
Exactly.
And they were all waiting. Okay, right. I get that.
Yeah. So, they were doing their best at the time.
Yeah.
Is he quite dead? A tiny little Beethoven on my shoulder.
So there's a new reoccurring joke in my household.
Yeah, I'm ready for it.
Much to the chagrin of my wife. I've started every single time I hear anyone with a British accent on anything.
Okay.
Asking if it's Tony Blair. It's she hasn't said it, but I'm pretty sure it's her new least favorite game in the world.
Is it Tony Blair?
and it makes NPR way more enjoyable for me.
You should listen to The World from PRI.
Oh, that's when the entire game started.
Oh yeah. Oh really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
Tony
show.
Blair was reporting from Greece.
Oh
yeah.
On The World.
Yeah, I mean
from PRI.
It may not have been Tony Blair. It was a British guy. They're the same.
Yeah. They are all of the same hive mind. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just needed a moment of silence.
I was wondering what was happening there.
That was for the thought I had.
It looked like you had a tiny mini stroke.
Well, I've been meaning to tell you.
Just a very tiny one.
Yeah.
Not to make light of strokes.
Nano strokes.
Yeah.
These are nano strokes.
It's a very minor, inconsequential stroke.
Yeah, for the most part.
You lost like 2 brain cells.
Provides confusion for a few moments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's not like your disease where your brain sort of melts out
Mine's
of your
gone.
ear every night. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a terrible thing. Another moment of silence. I'm sorry.
I'm really enjoying this.
Are you enjoying how awkward this is right now?
Well, the thing you tend to forget about me is I love awkwardness.
You do. And I'm allergic to it. I am allergic to it.
The more awkward I can make things, the better. And so I may, for the rest of the show, every time you reach to get a drink, just stop talking.
Folks, if you're playing along at home, you can take a drink.
Yeah.
Every time we stop to take a drink.
Of,
whatever
water,
you have in front of you.
Tea.
Yeah.
No alcohol.
Jug of piss. You shouldn't do that. You're doing that.
I want it on the record right now.
Yeah.
If anyone is listening to this that is going to take a sip out of a jug of piss while they're listening, find a different podcast. I don't want you.
I want to disinvite you from listening to this. Right. Oh, by the way, Nathan, before I forget to mention it.
Yeah.
We are now up on SoundCloud.
Okay.
At least one episode. I know you have an issue with this. We talked about it extensively today.
Let me explain my issue with this.
All right.
And I don't know SoundCloud all that well.
Sushi Jackknife.
I don't know SoundCloud that well.
Okay, I do know SoundCloud.
Do you download from SoundCloud?
You can stream. You can.
That's not what I asked.
You can. Okay, you can download if you turn it on. If the content provider turns it on.
Did you turn it on?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
But they can also stream.
But why would you do that?
I don't know.
See, I have a podcast app.
Yes.
Where you just go, you look at the podcast.
Yeah.
You go, that looks like a podcast. And then you can either download it or stream it.
Right.
Which is the same thing you would do with SoundCloud.
Uh-huh.
But this is more organized.
Yes.
And when I'm done listening to it, if I download it, it deletes it.
I think... yeah, that's true.
So what's the benefit of SoundCloud?
I don't know. People are just... I'm trying to get on the trend as it's beginning. I feel like people are moving towards listening to...
Well, it's a dumb trend.
I know.
Whoever makes up trends needs to stop being stupid.
It's Tim Gunn.
Tim Gunn? Oh, well,
if
it's Tim Gunn, then I apologize.
Well, you should. He's very upset.
He's going to get snarky in my face about it. It's going to be nasty.
And he's usually so nurturing, you know? Yes, I watched my fair share of Project Runway.
That doesn't surprise me.
It was what my marriage needed at the time.
It's by that you mean you sitting alone watching Project Runway, eating your cake pops,
sitting under the pink light bulb. Yeah.
Just in the
if you
pink
join
side.
us next week, you know what the fuck we're talking about. Yeah, it may just end up being the most recent episode because you have to pay them for more space, I think. I don't even know. We're exploring it. So, it's there.
And also, if you'd like, just email us and we'll mail you a cassette recording of our podcast.
You know what? I would do that.
If someone
I am
asked,
dead serious.
Okay.
If someone emails us, and you know what? We'll do a special episode. No one else will get it. To maximum, the first 5 people that email us.
Okay.
The first 5 people that email us, sushijackknife@gmail.com, will get a special episode on cassette mailed to their home or business or
do they get to pick
like.
What we talk about?
They can make suggestions, sure.
Right. And we'll just ignore them.
We might ignore them.
We're just going to ignore them.
We're probably going to ignore them.
Because they're not important.
Yeah, and we're not really good with organization. If you've been listening, you figured that out by now. We'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first 5 people to email us will get a special episode on cassette. No one else will get it.
If I email,
will
you record an episode and then I can just unravel the cassette in front of you? Just while making rude comments about it.
This cassette talk.
I have no interest in this.
Oh, so you'd be like my second girlfriend in high school?
Aww.
Yeah. I do have a cassette story from high school.
Okay.
It may not be that interesting.
Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So I...
Nothing on this podcast has been that interesting anyway.
Thus far, yeah.
Why would we break the mold now?
Welcome now. You can begin listening. Begin your audio experience now. So, I like to decorate in high school, and not in any sort of
Tim Gunn-esque way.
Yes, attractive way. Absolutely. So I found in the school parking lot. I had this red Honda. Right in high school, we had this from 1997.
Was it an Accord?
It was a Civic.
A Civic.
Yeah.
That was my second guess.
It was a Ford. Yeah. I mean, you'd be surprised if it was anything else. Yeah. So I had this red 4-door Civic that I loved to drive. It was my first car.
Okay.
Right. My first car. It was a great car. Cassette player.
Of course.
The cassette player, I had the little converter deal that allows you to hook it to your CD player.
Right. Oh, I remember that.
That was a big technology for a long time. Mm-hmm. I'm sure Walmart sold millions of those from a long time.
You could still buy them.
Yeah, I know you can. You can find them. Oh, yeah.
I don't know why you would want one.
Anyway, I found a cassette outside in the high school parking lot, and it was someone's Foo Fighters cassette. And it was probably the color and the shape, I think it was. Very sad, because I like that record. And I was like, oh man, I could. The sad part is it was broken into a million pieces,
as one does with cassette tapes. Someone just shattered it.
Yeah, they do that, don't they? Yeah, I'm pretty sure some kid pulled it out right in front of another kid, who, or maybe that kid pulled it out.
Dave Grohl's no Kurt Cobain,
and he never will be. Surprise? Yeah, that's held up pretty good. Yeah. So. Yes, so I find this cassette, and I think, you know what? It's broken.
Yeah.
But I really love this record. Mm-hmm. I want to display it somehow in my life. So I take one of the spools, all right? It's got like half the tape on it.
Right.
And I just gently slide it over my antenna on my car. So now I have a streamer of cassette tape just flying down the road behind me, around my car, as I drive through my lovely rural town that I'm from in Georgia. People thinking that this kid is either gay, because they lumped everything into gay. You know, if you
that kid, he's got something hanging off his car. Must be a homosexual
thing.
It's a homosexual thing.
Yeah.
He's eating cake pops in his car.
What the hell is a cake pop anyway, George? I've never seen one
It's like
before.
a cake, but smaller on a stick.
Oh, well, that sounds delicious.
Because you know those homosexuals, they can't use a fork. Just eat things off sticks all the time. That's a really good gay stereotype that someone should come up with.
That
they only eat off sticks.
Gay people only eat off sticks?
I want that to be a stereotype for
right.
some group of people.
Let's make it...
Can white people just in general only eat off sticks?
You know what? It is now canon. It has been established.
Okay.
Let the gavel fall.
Yeah.
I'm going to put in a gavel sound effect. Right here.
Okay.
Gavel.
I don't hear it.
Well, you won't hear it yet. The audience will hear it.
What's the point of the sound effect if I can't hear it, though?
You have to listen. I see your point.
Mm-hmm.
I know where you're going.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Okay.
Okay. So, yeah, established. It is now a stereotype of white people.
Yes.
Let's say white males. Kaboom.
Gavel.
Kaboom.
Gavel.
Kaboom.
Gavel, gavel, gavel.
Kaboom. That we eat off sticks.
Yeah.
We don't use utensils.
No. Actually, there is a stereotype that I was informed of by, someone my wife used to work with.
Okay. About white people?
Yes.
Okay.
She is what we like to call an African American woman.
Yes, we do like to call it that.
Yes.
Yes.
She says all white people eat with their hands.
Oh, I guess that's true. Like tacos and shit? Or like...
I thought it was a ridiculous stereotype.
Yeah.
But then when I was informed of it, I was eating nachos. I'm like, no, this... I'm kind of feeding into it. I don't know if it's a widespread thing or if it's just her.
I've never heard that before, but I mean, I can't disprove it. It's, I was eating guacamole for dinner.
Yeah.
Homemade.
Yeah.
With my hands. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was too chunky.
And then,
Too chunky.
And every time I go to a Denny's, all I see is a bunch of white people trying to eat soup with their hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like a good fistful of soup.
Yeah.
That's how I order soup. Is when they say we have a cup or a bowl.
Right. Oh, it's so annoying.
I say which one is one fist of soup.
Right.
And usually it's the cup.
Right.
And I say skip the cup. Mm-hmm. Just bring it out. Pour it right here.
Bring me the pot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
And then just
sip right slurp it out of your. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
You feel more in touch with your food that way.
I've heard that sound is very attractive to women.
And that's what I've heard too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Women love slurping. While we're on the subject,
of women or slurping
of
or soup hands,
stereotypes,
soup hands,
and racial things.
Yeah.
Go ahead, white slur me.
Oh yeah.
You got a white slur?
Yeah, I got a white slur.
We didn't do this last week.
We didn't do this last week because we forgot.
I didn't forget.
And we didn't do it the week before that because we did tarot.
Yeah. So it's been a long time. So for those who have not listened,
this
is a segment where Justin reads a white racial slur, and I, number one, try to figure out why it's a white racial slur.
Yes.
And number two, identify whether I'm offended by it or not.
Correct.
This comes because there are no offensive white racial slurs.
Exactly.
Honky is ridiculous.
Right.
Cracker is ridiculous.
Right. And we're trying to help the people out there that might be racist towards white people find an appropriate slur.
Yeah, it's not fair.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
This
ready.
week. By the way, if you would like to look at these yourself, you can do that on rsdb.org, a site that, I'll say it again, I know not the purpose of this website. It's the racial slur database.
Justin actually is the curator of that database.
In
In his free time, he just comes up with racial slur after racial slur.
For white people. You know what? I think you can submit, actually. So
Really?
we should do that because...
Oh, I could come up with some good
We
white
should
racial
and
slurs.
then have just an insane exclamation. Exclamation?
Yeah.
Explanation.
Yes.
All right,
Both.
here you go. I'm going to hit you with this.
I'm ready. Nail it.
You, sir, are a smarmy little ditch pig.
Ditch pig.
Ditch pig. All right, are you offended?
I'm more confused.
You sound
than
curious
anything.
about this. Yeah. Ditch pig.
I feel like that is the most offensive one that you've.
Yeah, it's
like
pretty
I could
good-
see how
pretty
someone
good.
would be upset about that.
Yeah. Who wants to be called anything to do with a pig?
Yeah.
Particularly a pig in a ditch pig.
I have no idea where that would come from
You no idea?
or the meaning. Like I can't even come up with a fake one. It's so
Really?
ridiculous to me.
Okay. Well, let me tell you what RSDB says. They are the IMDb of racial slurs.
That should be their tagline.
Let's not help the marketing department at the racial slur database.
All right. Tell me what ditch pig.
Ditch pig, and this is all the explanation I have. Ditch pig means redneck kids who play in the ditches / streets. Somehow that's a ditch pig. Kids, redneck kids in particular. I mean, I guess redneck kids are dirty.
So the real slur there
Yeah.
is just pig.
It's just pig.
And then they're just identifying where they saw said pig.
It's a type of pig.
Right.
Right.
Like, where did you see that redneck child
Right.
playing in the ditch?
You have a question about this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got one more question.
All right.
So, specifically, this is redneck children.
Ditch pigs.
Yeah. Ditch pigs are redneck children. Redneck adults. Are they ditch hogs?
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how that works. Ditch boars. Mm-hmm. You could have a ditch sow.
There we go.
That's horrible.
You see that ditch sow out there?
Oh, God.
Yeah, still not offended.
Nope. I am a little bit because I'm from the South. I'm a little offended at this one. Just a
Because
little.
it describes you.
It doesn't describe
You do
me.
hang out in a ditch a lot.
Actually, I fell in a ditch one time and blacked out for a while. I don't know what happened to me during that time. I don't know what happened to my body. I was kind of a thorn pig because when I got out, I had fucking thorns all in me.
You know what my best guess is?
What happened to my body?
Alien abduction.
You think so?
Yeah.
Do you think you could pull that memory?
Tweet Aykroyd. Ask about it.
I would, but the only Dan Aykroyd on Twitter is a fake Dan Aykroyd. Yeah, it's sad.
Dan Aykroyd, he knows what would happen
You
if
know
he
what I
had a
heard
Twitter
about
account.
Dan Aykroyd this week?
What?
You probably know this. Dan Aykroyd has web feet.
I actually didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No.
Dan Aykroyd has web feet.
That explains why he swims so well.
Many people don't know this,
Yeah.
but Dan Aykroyd got a silver medal in swimming in the 1987 Olympics in Berlin.
They weren't it wasn't the official Olympics because
Right.
it was 87.
It was the Laugh Olympics.
Yeah, 87's not real.
Oh, for the Olympic
Yeah,
years. Well,
yeah.
this is a Laugh Olympics. They do them on an odd
it's
year.
not real.
Right.
It's a fake
Except
Olympics.
that it is real.
Well, I mean, it's not real.
It's real in the sense that it occurred.
In like athletic sense though,
Yeah.
him winning the gold or the silver medal, not that impressive at the Laugh Olympics.
No, but it
Because
was.
it's not like the real Olympics.
It was historic because he's the first time that a web-footed American, Canadian, web-footed Canadian American.
Who was he swimming for?
He was swimming for Canada.
He could swim for America.
He could, but he chose to swim for Canada.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the first time that a web-footed Canadian American got silver in the last Olympics on an odd year.
So who got gold?
It was Steve Martin again.
Because
He's Steve Martin.
and he actually just took a jet ski, right?
And Steve Martin has this whole thing where he's been old for like 40 years.
That's true.
But his body is virile.
I saw a clip of him on Saturday Night Live
Yeah.
in the 70s.
Yeah.
Like the first season of Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, with the arrow
He
and the banjo.
still looked old.
I know.
Because he went gray when he was like 20.
Yeah, I know. Much preferable to going bald, though, I will say, because that's what's happening to me. I'd rather have a full head of gray hair.
He doesn't look older to me now than he did in like late 80s, early 90s movies.
Exactly.
A little older than the Jerk.
Yeah, a little older than the Jerk.
A little.
He had he was very fit in the Jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's still probably pretty fit.
These are things that I notice about men. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And is that what... I
That
lost my
boy's
train of
just
thought.
different. He's different. Look at him with his tape spool. He's
got-
different.
He's got his
Boy's
cake
different.
spool. Hey.
And that wasn't the strangest thing about my car in high school.
Yeah.
I have, and I still have this. I have this rubber lobster. You know, saying that out loud really
don't care
brings
for
it
that
home.
sentence.
Really brings it home. I have a rubber lobster. It's always been rubber. It was never alive.
Right.
But it used to live on...
Thank you, by the way, for clarifying that.
Well, I know how you feel about rubber
I know
animals.
most lobsters start out alive.
Right.
And then turn to rubber
Right.
later
They transition
in
like
life.
Caitlyn Jenner into rubber.
Is that what's the next...
Yeah, exactly.
the next step?
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
yeah.
so-
the car, because of this move, the car to top themselves, they're all going to transition into rubber lobsters.
Interesting.
Yeah, you know,
I can't
some
argue
of them
with
will
it.
be blue, some of them will be red, but they'll all be rubber lobsters.
How's
Robsters?
Ye feel about that?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeezus. How's Yeezus feel?
Oh, you talking about Kanye?
Yeah, Ye.
Jesus. He
Yeah.
goes by Ye now.
Well, I call him Ye.
Can you not picture Kanye West in a big rubber lobster suit? I can. I don't know about you. With a turntable.
Oddly enough, I actually can.
Yeah.
And at the same time, he's still declaring himself the voice of a generation.
Absolutely.
He's on stage
Right.
at the VMAs
Yep.
interrupting somebody
Yeah.
to say he's the voice of a generation in a blue lobster suit.
I picture
His
him
would be
in a-
blue.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. He does
He's
have
a trendsetter.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Point taken.
He
He's
did
a
the-
rock lobster.
Yeah.
He's a hop lobster. He's a rap lobster.
There we go.
Ooh, someone should remake Rock Lobster as a rap song. Rock Lobster. The fact that this hasn't happened already is astounding to me.
Actually, it really is.
Yeah.
In the 80s, there was... By the way,
Rap.
we're back on rap.
Rap Lobster. Yeah.
I don't know how that happened.
It just does. It's what we do.
In the 80s, there were so many bad rap songs. There, I can't think what it was called. Have you heard the Rodney Dangerfield rap?
Oh, yeah. I've heard this. I think once in my life I heard this.
The Rock Lobster rap would be better than that.
As long as they get, and I don't care, as long as they get one of the B-52s in there
Yeah.
to like sing a hook or something, I'm great with this cover.
I'm double checking which of the Ramones it was. I feel like it may have been Dee Dee.
What, there was a Republican?
No, that put out a rap album.
Oh, wait, is that what you just said?
No.
Oh,
Well, that's what I'm saying right this second.
okay. Sorry, time slipped for a moment there.
One of the Ramones left, I don't think it was permanently,
Right.
but briefly, for a rap career.
I hope it was DD. I don't care who it was. It's equally fascinating, despite whoever it is. It's fascinating.
It may have been DD because he released a single in '87 called "Funky Man." That
deserves a play.
Yeah, it's rap.
Wow, it's like the deeper history of the Ramones. I didn't, last week with the Johnny Ramone being a Republican thing, this week with this, we're really,
The single was recorded after Ramone. By the way, I love that every article about anyone in the Ramones just refers to them by Ramone, like as if that's actually name. Their last name.
Ramone was born.
Yeah. So the single was recorded after Ramone was in a drug treatment center where he was introduced to rap. If that is not an inspirational movie, I don't know what is.
What would we call it? We call it Drop the Needle.
I just go Funky Man.
Funky Man. Funky Man, drop the needle. Funky Man, scream 1, 2, 3, 4. Funky Man, drop the needle on the record and your heroin needle on the floor. Funky Man.
I need to look up this whole album.
I need to hear this song. I really need to hear this song. Funky Man.
Put it in.
Dun, dun, dun.
Make it happen.
A Funky Man. Funky Man.
By the way, he went by D.D. King as a rapper.
Oh, okay.
And I can't show the people listening the album artwork.
Right.
But if you'd like to describe what you see in this picture here.
I see D.D. Ramone.
D.D. King.
Excuse me, D.D. King.
He's the king.
He's half punk. Mm-hmm. His jeans and his Converse.
Yeah. He has a bedazzled crown on the back of his leather jacket.
And a hat. And some shades. And some bling. He has some bling going on. He's definitely got some bling. D.
That's, you can't make that up.
No, you just can't.
And let me tell you, 1.5 star rating right there out of 5. So that's what you need to know.
1.5?
1.5.
We're about to find out.
And the first single,
how we feel about it.
Or the first song, is called "Mashed Potato Time."
I did see that. I'm playing Funky Man right now. This is Funky Man. That's a great sounding drum machine. What? Give it to me.
No remix.
No ad-libbing?
No remix.
Okay.
Let it happen. Well, that's all I can stand to that. That's,
I'll be listening to more of this later.
Oh.
Maybe as I go to sleep tonight. Have delicious nightmares. I can't figure out how to make it stop.
As you go to sleep tonight, if you're listening to that, what are the odds you get kicked out of your bedroom?
Pretty good. Pretty good, actually.
By the way, Mashed Potato Time is a single referencing the mashed potato dance move.
I can mash potato. Mash potato.
Yeah.
This is a weird collage of things happening here.
It's exactly that. Like, if you thought that was a good joke that you were making there, it's not a joke.
No, that's true.
It actually happened.
It's a
1962 from his is from
82.
No, the dance move is from 1962.
The dance move is
1962.
Gotcha. Mashed potato time. Now, see, I was thinking that'd be some sort of weird drug reference. Like,
no.
My brains are like mashed potatoes.
Well, he's sober now.
I know, but before. He's going to write about his drug times.
This goes back to a conversation we were having before we started.
Exactly.
About how musicians, it's good that they get clean and sober.
It is. Good for them in their life and shit.
It's bad for me.
It's bad for everybody.
Their music is awful.
It always suffers. It always suffers. Now,
the example was Wilco.
Yes, the example was Wilco. I love, big Wilco fan. Love Wilco.
Jeff Tweedy.
He stopped hitting the weed.
He stopped smoking the doobies.
Yeah.
No more Cheech and Chongin.
No more puffing up in smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Puff the maggot. I just stopped.
he stopped.
He quit smoking pot.
And then it has not been good.
It hasn't been good.
They released a new album.
Right, you were saying it's for free on iTunes,
It's a
right?
free album on iTunes.
Called Star
I got
Wars?
it. Yeah.
Which
with
is
a cat
strange. Which is strange.
on the cover.
There's about to be another Star Wars movie. I don't know why they picked... Anyway.
And it's just...
What is it about it that you...
The album?
Yeah, I haven't heard
It's like they went for alt country.
Okay. Which is
a country
they kind
sound.
Of helped.
That's what they do.
They did that, yeah.
Yeah. And I have no issue with that. And really, I don't have an issue with the songwriting. But it's all... There's a lot of, like, weird synthesizer and fuzz distortion that doesn't belong where it's at. I don't have
in
an
the context of the
issue
song?
with fuzz distortion, but it's so heavy sometimes that you can't hear Jeff Tweedy singing.
Oh, interesting.
You're like, that's a lot of fuzz distortion. Why is that happening? My ears. Oh, dear Lord, my ears.
Right.
They're bleeding now.
Oh.
There's so much fuzz distortion. My eardrums have ruptured.
Oh, that's...
Oh, no. That's what you're like when you listen.
This is sounds very unpleasant. I'll listen to it.
Well, download it. It's free.
I will, and I'll
it is exactly worth the amount you pay for.
And I'll give my 2 cents.
Yeah, I don't. It's not the worst album ever.
Okay.
But so we were talking about that,
Right.
and then just the vast array of people who stopped using drugs,
Right. And their music suffered.
Yeah,
And it's sad.
yeah.
Because you want people to be healthy. I don't know. Have you ever written a song high?
No,
I haven't either.
No.
I don't. Not that I don't really get high much.
I mean,
Except on love.
yeah.
But I've never even tried that. I've tried to write drunk plenty of times.
I can't do nothing can be running through my system except for caffeine.
Okay.
For
That's-
anything productive to happen
Right.
with my brain.
Right. Right. I understand. I mean, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm kind of right there with you with
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's just so every band I listen to, especially from the 70s,
Oh, yeah.
you can tell the minute they stopped using drugs.
Oh, yeah. The
'Cause
minute
you
the drugs went away.
You get the album.
Right.
You put in the album. This is when we had CDs. I don't know why I'm referencing CDs now, but you put it in. You push the tray in of your CD player.
Is that how that works?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
You hit the play button and you start listening.
I like that
And
little
you go-
sound it makes when it spins up where you go...
And you start listening and you go, "Oh, this isn't good.
I ruined your moment there. I'm sorry.
It's not good.
Yeah.
It's just ungood.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's unwell."
It's... you know the song, Life is Unfair?
No.
Kill yourself or get over it.
Don't know what
I
you're
can't remember
talking
who did that song, but I always thought that was
It doesn't-
great.
no.
What a great sentiment.
Never heard it.
Well, you should look it up. So, guys, important announcement.
I'm confused about where our announcement is.
There's no announcement, actually.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. Just wanted to build up some tension and have a nice little release. Tension release, tension release, tension release. It's a thing. You're looking... Guys, Nathan is looking at me more angry and frustrated than I've ever seen him look at me before. Right now. I'm getting uncomfortable. I'm retreating in my mind to a safe place.
See, this is what happens when you make fake announcements. I just let it hang there. Just silence.
That would be what you would do.
Now you have to actually make an announcement.
Well,
Come up with something big now. Immediately.
guys, Sushi Jackknife live
Uh-huh.
is not happening yet.
That wasn't an announcement. That was an unannouncement.
But that's what I'm saying.
I preferred it when you were just making fake announcements.
Gallagher got back to me.
Oh, really?
No.
This is the biggest letdown.
I know. This is the letdown section. Let's get the rest of them out. Mm-hmm. Sylvester Stallone
What about him?
doesn't return my phone calls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have an idea. Hold on.
Okay.
Pause or just keep talking. Whatever you want to do. I'll be back.
Okay.
I have a magic trick I want to do.
This is unprecedented.
Yeah.
This is unprecedented in podcast land.
Hold on.
All right. I'm gonna try to fill the air. You guys hear him? He's going up the stairs. He's leaving the bunker, and now I'm alone. The door's closed. I hear him walking upstairs. This feels lonely down here by myself with the microphone. You guys ever think about, like, air pressure? You ever think about it in a way of, like, all that air pressure, man, it's gotta be harming us somehow. Am I the only person thinking about this? Am I the only person thinking about air pressure in this way? Also, have you ever seen someone wear a cape in person? It's disturbing. I remember when I was probably like 17. I was at a mall. There was a guy. His hair was shaved like Billy Corgan. Now, I love Billy Corgan. His hair was shaved like Billy Corgan, though. He had on these like big boot heel things. And the guy had on a physical cape. An actual physical cape. And a top hat and a cane. And it was the most disturbing thing I've ever seen. Besides the clown. So I kind of rambled on while you were gone. Yeah, you're back.
I'm back. Okay.
What's the magic trick?
Okay, so I saw this on the interwebs.
Okay.
I'm a magic aficionado, as you know.
Actually, I didn't know that about you.
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah, big. I love Penn and Teller.
Yeah.
David Copperfield.
Yeah.
You know, Chris Angel and his mind freaking.
I don't like Chris Angel.
Shut your mouth.
He creeps me out.
All right, so I need you to put your hands down as flat as you can on top of the table.
Okay, all right. Doing that.
Just as flat as you can.
I don't know if this has ever happened before.
And what I'm doing...
What he's doing
I have 2 glasses of water.
Okay, oh God. He's putting a glass of water...
them atop...
You know there's all this fucking technology right here that is not responsive to water. Oh, this is...
And that's it. You now have glasses of water balancing atop your hands.
I'm gonna kill you.
What is happening right now is I have balanced glasses on top of Justin's hands. He cannot move either hand without spilling water on his computer.
On my computer. I'm gonna kill you. You son of a bitch. Oh, they're gone. Oh, that was torturous.
I want it on the record, by the way, while I was upstairs getting water.
Yeah.
I told your wife I was going to do this, and she supported me 100%.
She has this sadistic thing about me where I know she loves me. Let me have the rest of that. You
Yeah, you can
asshole.
have that little
drink
water.
that little bit of water. It's my fucking hand water.
I tried to do this to Everett at work today, and you know what? He didn't trust that I really knew a magic trick. He thought I was just going to do something to him. He was right.
He has
but that's not the point.
Everett has no reason to trust you whatsoever.
No, not at all.
If there's anyone in this world, I don't know, guys. We haven't talked about Everett in a while.
Well, this is the latest thing I did to Everett, and it wasn't really to
Everett. Is a kid, not a child, but a younger person at Nathan's work.
Yeah, he's the work kid
who Nathan abuses with his mind tricks.
Yeah.
Continue.
I when I get bored, tend to irritate him.
You do.
For my own amusement.
Of course.
So what I did most recently was the cup thing was most recently, but obviously that didn't work out. I was over at his desk showing him how to do something.
Right.
And I noticed that he had a large amount of paper clips. Like a ridiculous number of paper clips.
All sizes?
Mostly small.
Okay.
A few big ones. So, while he was talking, which happens a lot and for a great length of time usually, I started just linking all of the paper clips together. And then I chained him inside of his cubicle and walked away.
With paper clips?
Yeah. Like, it's not enough to be menacing, but just enough to irritate
So you
him.
went, you like strung paper clips across the doorway of his cubicle?
I also did
love
this
it.
across the hall. Like there's a little cubicle hall in between cubicles. Which this was my favorite thing anyone has ever done. I did it. It's maybe 3 feet off the ground.
Okay.
And this older guy who works here, probably mid-40s,
Okay.
is coming back from the kitchen, the break room, and sees this chain and doesn't say a word, doesn't do anything, just ducks under it and goes back to his desk and starts working as if nothing had happened. As if there's no paperclip chain blocking a hall. He
You're doing
just goes.
social experiments at work.
Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah, I do this.
You need to. Do you take notes?
Occasionally.
Can I come to your work one day?
No.
Okay.
They wouldn't allow you there.
Okay, they wouldn't. All right. I was gonna say I could just shadow you. I could portray myself as a student of some sort and shadow
Right.
you all day.
This is my executive assistant.
My man assistant.
Go to the printer. Get
You know,
that
it's
for
fine to have a lady assistant or a man assistant.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna say, for all the bullshit we say, we're pretty egalitarian over here, except when it comes to ditch pigs.
me. Ditch pigs are the worst.
Yeah.
Ditch sows
Do you
are
have
the
anything
worst.
you want to get out of your mind right now?
Do I have anything I want to get out of my mind?
Well, anything you'd like to say? Anything you want to bring up before I do something?
I don't like where this is going.
Just, do you have anything else you want to get out?
I don't guess.
No. Oh, then Nathan, I want you to come on a trip with me.
I didn't get a ticket for this trip.
We have now arrived in France.
I didn't pay for a ticket to France.
Well, you get a free ticket.
Okay.
You rode on my mystical accordion.
Accordions are not good for traveling.
No, they're very uncomfortable. But it was a free ride, wasn't it?
It was free.
Got you to France.
Okay, go
Tell
ahead.
me everything you know about France. Go.
French fries, Eiffel Tower, tiny mustaches, berets,
Keep going. That's it?
baguettes,
Continue.
people named Jean.
Croissants?
No,
Oh.
that's Starbucks.
Okay.
You're
Croissant?
confusing Starbucks and France.
Oh. I had a lot of French people show up at my work today. And-
Uninvited?
Well, technically invited.
Is this like a terrorist attack or the
No.
French after us?
No more than they ever have
It
been.
was a matter of time.
It was, well, the countdown had begun.
Oh,
Yeah.
Pepe Le Pew.
Okay, that's another thing.
That's the last thing I know about
Great,
France.
great,
Go
great.
ahead.
Well, I wanted to talk to you about cheese.
Talk to
you're
me
waiting.
about
He's
cheese.
waiting. He's waiting again. He's waiting, guys. So cheese, right?
Yeah. I'm familiar.
Did you know there is only a certain level of authenticity we can get in our cheese here in this country because we can't use raw milk to make cheese?
I didn't know that.
I think that's a fact. So
You think it's a fact?
it's a fact.
Okay.
So I like to. I don't want to be held
either
accountable.
say it's a fact or it's not a fact.
It's a fact.
Okay.
I assume all the risk. So, we've never really tasted. Have you been to France?
No.
Okay, neither have I. We've never really tasted like true brie, for example,
Okay.
because we can't get the milk with the thing, and you can't import the stuff that's been made with that milk.
Right.
Yeah, that seems like a disservice to me.
Okay.
I think I want to petition.
To have raw milk.
I want to be able to eat real brie.
Well, what are the health consequences
I think there's
of drinking raw milk?
there's like tiny bits of shit in there, I think.
So you'll die.
Now, you won't die per se. You might, I'm sure the American gullet would take some time to adapt
Right.
to the situation. But the pleasure, I think, would outweigh the sickness and pain.
I don't know. Have you ever had Velveeta?
Yeah, I've opened
Man,
it.
that's good stuff.
It is.
You don't need real milk.
That's a true American cheese.
Yeah.
You don't even need milk.
No.
Yeah.
That is essentially just like melted G.I. Joes.
Yeah,
Put
it kind
into
of
a
is like
container
that.
and
Yeah.
then you eat it.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
Yeah, yeah.
Who knew?
You take a bunch of bodies from World War II, you squeeze them real hard, and you melt it down, and you end up with a block of Velveeta.
I'm looking this up. I want to know how you can, like, why raw milk would be banned.
Yeah.
Like, what is, and all that's coming up is health benefits of raw milk.
Uh-huh. There's a contingent of people out there who are all for it.
Well, Dr. Deborah, MD, is for it. Are we still in?
That's a little flurry for Dr. Deborah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we didn't go anywhere. We're not traveling on the accordion yet.
See, I don't know. The accordion noise, I'm not familiar with.
I wouldn't
this.
expect you to understand how my magic travel accordion works.
Man, there's a lot of words here. There's an increased... Here's the warning. There's an increased risk of ear infections.
With raw milk?
Yeah.
Eating raw milk?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is just milk in general.
Oh.
I don't know.
I don't either.
Anyway,
Anyway,
she's not showing unbiased.
Fromage. You ready to take another trip?
I don't know.
Do you like this travel
I
thing?
just got here.
Well, we're leaving.
Where are we at now?
We are in Sri Lanka.
Okay.
Get down.
Well, since we just got here,
Right.
I'd like to check into my hotel
You don't have a hotel.
and I kind of want to just zone out for a
You
little
are
bit.
staying in my panpipes.
Do you have cable?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
HBO,
I just want to.
Cinemax, the whole thing.
I just want to zone out and just watch some ESPN.
Yeah, you can do that. Get my panpipes. Mm-hmm. Here, this is your room. Here, your room?
That's the roomiest room you have. There.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and make that sound. Yeah, great. Now you're in your room.
Okay.
Okay.
Why are we in Sri Lanka?
It just sounded good at the time.
So there's nothing.
Not
Sri
really.
Lankan.
No.
Can they have raw milk?
I bet they can.
You should go there
Okay.
right now.
Yeah. Let's
Go.
get some
No, go.
Sri Lankan brie. Yeah.
I don't know that they probably have great cheese there.
Cheese and cheese don't go together too much.
Why does France have so much cheese?
think
They
they
don't
have-
have a lot of.
They have a lot of
cows?
Yeah, they do. They
Do
do.
they?
Yeah, they do. And goats. They get goat milk too.
Well, I like goat cheese.
Do you?
Yeah.
I do too.
Can you have raw goat's milk?
I bet you can't. We're being held down once again by our government. That's why I'm voting 2016
Colby Sledge for
Colby
president?
Sledge for president. Yeah.
Does he know?
We are running a shadow campaign for him. Go back to episode whatever it was if you want to know more
7.
about that. No, 10 or something.
4.
No.
I don't know.
4 was Death in the House of Dreams.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was.
How many? Do you have all of our episodes memorized?
No. I can name a few, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
Do you want me to start?
No, don't do it.
Okay.
No one wants to hear that. That was more just out of curiosity.
Gotcha.
Uh-huh. So, the French people who came and visited.
Yeah.
Was there a
There was
story associated with the French people?
There was just a uniformity about them.
Uh-huh.
Not
Because they all had berets and mustaches and were smoking.
And they were all very, like, thin.
Uh-huh.
That makes sense.
Yeah, waif-like.
They were waif-like. Yeah. And they...
French people are all waif-like.
They were all sort of beautiful.
Well, French people are all beautiful.
I've noticed. Do
Do you know why?
The raw milk.
The raw milk
Yeah.
and cigarette diet.
That's true.
They all have raw milk, baguettes,
Yeah.
and cigarettes all day. And that's
Bread.
it. Mm-hmm.
And then they have one more thing. They have a omelette du fromage. Cheese omelet.
Is that the only thing you know in French?
I also know je m'appelle.
Okay.
Je m'appelle. It would be, my name is Justin. Mm-hmm. And I say, comment tu vas tu?
I know no French.
Well, that's
I know
great.
bonjour and oui.
Hello and yes.
Yeah.
So you
I can say yes, hello.
Yeah.
Or hello, yes.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
As long as I'm agreeing with any Frenchman,
Right.
I can have a conversation.
So you go around France just agreeing to things. Yeah.
Oui,
Yeah. Oui.
That's how you join a terrorist organization on accident.
Very.
You just agree.
Yep.
go into their building.
Yep.
Next thing you know,
The clock was ticking.
Yeah.
It all happened in about 14 minutes.
Yeah.
Yep.
you're just agreeing.
Yep.
It's if I went to France, it would be like that Jim Carrey movie, Yes Man.
Oh, yeah.
It would be like that.
Yeah.
Except it would just be called Wee Man. That's what it would be called.
Wee man. Yeah.
And I just walk around agreeing to everything.
So, yeah.
Can we talk real quick about your computer?
We can talk about my computer.
How many times has your computer stopped recording us tonight?
Fucking 100 at least. I hate this piece of shit tonight.
Technology is the worst.
It's not in our favor this evening.
By the way, speaking of technology,
Yeah.
I know you had something you wanted to bring up.
That's fine.
But this this happened today, and you're directly involved in this.
What? Oh, yes. I am directly involved
So my
in this.
least favorite thing in the world is group text messages.
Oh, me too.
I hate them.
I hate them like I hate group emails.
Which the worst group text messages they come from my sister-in-law.
Okay.
They're always wildly irrelevant. So right now, I have had to deal with 2 group text messages this week. One from her,
Right.
asking people to vote for her as the MVP of some fast food restaurant. It's a contest. She wants us to vote for her for a contest to get a gift certificate to a fast food restaurant.
This seems inconsequential at best.
It is at best inconsequential and definitely does not warrant a group text. And it does not warrant responses
No.
to her original text that I now know who voted for her. It wasn't me. I know who did because they replied, and then I got all of their replies. So in the middle of all that happening,
Right. All that.
I have a text message between you and myself and one of our friends.
Yes.
The single most meandering group text conversation I've ever read. Hold on. Let me go back to this here.
Okay.
So, technological issues,
Yes.
are just attracted to you today.
Today, they
apparently
are. They are.
So, to start with, the last comment in this entire conversation before today
Right.
had been from me making a sarcastic comment,
In which
as
you
I
said,
do.
and we were trying to arrange a rehearsal.
Yeah.
And you say, and the only days that work
Yeah.
for me are any day that doesn't work for other people. JK and also LOL.
Because I like to be proper when I use my text acronyms.
You capitalized those.
And I punctuated the sentence.
You certainly did.
Yeah. And then our friend said RO to the FL.
I don't know what that means.
It means he was rolling on the floor laughing.
Oh, I get it if it's all
Right.
together. I thought he was saying something going to Florida.
No.
Okay, all right.
Then I was initially very confused.
Yes.
Because the first text I get says that ended abruptly.
That's the first one I got.
And I don't know what ended abruptly.
Neither do I.
Then he tries to organize a carpool with you.
Yes.
I don't know if you have this text message.
I didn't until he quoted it and
Okay.
sent it back to me.
And this is where all chaos broke loose. While I am at work, I'm trying to do things, and I keep looking down going, what is happening in the world? So he says, Justin, what time would you like to carpool? Will I have time to stop to the community picnic? Which there's a community picnic
Yes.
tomorrow.
Yes.
I think it starts at 6:30. If not, that's okay. And you reply, ha ha! We're still good for Thursday, yes? Now I'm very confused because I believe that last one was confirming that we're good for Thursday.
and we're going to carpool.
And he says, yes, we're good. That's what my next text was about. Did you see that one?
And so that would have actually been his previous text.
Right.
Yeah.
So I am sitting here going, okay, I'm going to put the kibosh to this. So I summarized the entire conversation in one text message.
you did, yeah.
I'm still good for Thursday. I vote we start around 7:30 or 8. That way Chris can go to the cookout and I can exercise and shower and Justin can Justin around.
And then you say...
Okay. That's all I said.
Oh, okay. Oh.
That's it. That's the whole text.
Yes.
And it summarized everything. And then the reply, no, I don't think I did. Because apparently you were replying to the previous text.
Indeed, I was.
Right.
Yes.
So I said, did you get my message? And you say, nope. That all works for me, though. And are we still on for tonight? So I don't know what's happening. If you can follow this, congratulations. I'm more confused rereading it than I was when it was
Actually,
happening.
I am too. And then I think one of the key things that happened was I sent no, I don't think I did in response to Chris.
Right.
And then you must have got that slightly later. So you thought I was responding to you.
Right.
And then I say nope with an exclamation point.
This is why I hate technology, and I don't think you should be around technological devices anymore.
Is that why you put the water on my hands?
That's right.
Okay.
It's punishment.
Oh, good. Not negative reinforcement.
No.
And then you said, wait, ...
Yeah.
What all works for you? I'm lost on what has and hasn't been read. And yes, we're on for tonight. And I said, I think I didn't get some of y'all's texts. I'm good, blah, 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 blah. And then we get back to...
And it just keeps going forever.
Wow, that's a lot of text.
Yeah, you guys are texting machines.
Yeah, we are.
This is, I think, from now on...
Okay.
If any arrangements need to be made...
Yeah.
By telegraph.
Oh, I'm all for that.
Are we still good for Thursday? Stop. What time would you like to carpool? Stop. I will see you then. And that's good.
That's great. That's enough.
Stop. I forgot stop.
Yeah, stop. Again. Because if you don't say stop at the end,
he's going to keep going.
It just goes forever.
He's getting this whole thing.
Right.
So, no more technology. Record this on like a reel-to-reel. That's the most technology you're allowed.
Yes.
Phone? No. You can only use a rotary phone from now on. No texting.
Gonna make it really hard to order a pizza.
Can you imagine if you texted on a rotary phone?
Oh.
All right. What were you wanting to say before I interrupted you?
I just wanted to. This is totally off. Maybe this has something to do with why I've had such a strange day. But my wife looks at me the other day. And I think we're having problems. And I think we're having problems because of what she said to me.
Okay.
She looks at me and she said, your eyes look really kind of fucked up.
Oh.
She says, they look, and I was like, what? I was a little
like
taken aback.
Red?
No, well, let me explain.
Were they bloodshot?
Let me explain. And I say, what do you mean? Kind of like that.
Yeah.
Very, very.
That sounds accurate. Yeah.
What do you mean? And she said, it looks like someone. It looks like someone took them out, rotated them upside down, and then put them back in your head. To which I replied, how much have you been drinking?
And the answer was?
None of your goddamn business.
It sounds like all of that weed that Jeff Tweedy gave up.
Yeah.
She took it.
I think she did.
And smoked it all at one time.
Yep.
And then looked at your eyes.
That was about where my estimation started. So I don't know. That could have set me on a weird path today.
Right.
You know? So
you know what happened this week in my house?
I'd love to know.
That messed with me.
What?
You know how I'm a hypercritical nut job?
I wouldn't
for
call
lack
it,
of a better way of saying it.
You can be a bit.
I'm a hypercritical of myself. I over analyze everything I do to a major fault.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So I had just written a piece of writing, a short story, and I was talking about letting people read it, talking about who I was going to let read it.
Yeah.
And so I mention a few names to her, and she says, and I know she didn't mean anything by this, but what she says is, yeah, you should let them read it, because it's not like you care if they don't like it.
Whoa, wait a minute. So she's saying you strategically picked people that it wouldn't be a letdown if they didn't like it?
See, that's not where I went.
Okay, where did you go?
In my mind, because I'm a crazy nut job,
right.
I go, wait, are you saying they're not going to like it and I don't care?
Right.
So I made, for the next 15 minutes, I repeatedly asked, so you think no one's going to like this story? No, that's not what I said. No, but is that what you implied? And I'm still not 100% certain whether she is saying no one will like the story. She hasn't even read the latest draft.
Oh.
In the middle of it, I'm just going to kill her off.
Yeah,
in the
I think
middle
so.
of my short story.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
Right.
Not even a character in the story.
Creator?
Yeah.
Take her out.
Yep.
Yeah. What did she think of the first draft?
And she liked it.
She liked it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you can't trust what wives say, though.
I can say.
Which, by the way, is in general, it sounds like a really negative statement. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying generally you can't trust what wives say.
They tell the truth. About,
some things.
Some things, yeah.
For instance, she will tell the truth about being unhappy about my shoes in the floor.
Definitely.
She's not lying when she says she's unhappy about my shoes being in the floor.
Right. Or that this shirt makes this happens to me. This shirt makes you look like a puff balloon. Not her words. That was my interpretation of what she said.
So she says that shirt no good. You look like John Candy.
She says it's not working for you.
Ah.
And in my mind, I say I look like a puff balloon.
Oh, so you overanalyze.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where we're at.
We're the same. Yeah.
But when it comes to things like that, she knows that I'm a hypercritical nut job.
Right.
And part of it is she's very nice to me, so she doesn't want to upset me. And I think most of it is she doesn't want to hear me obsess about it. I think it's mostly selfish motivations.
Right.
That she just hates listening to me harp about things. So
I know so much about this from my life.
She's very blindly supportive of things, which is, it means I can't trust her.
Right.
I can't trust my wife.
It hollows out any
her
truth.
opinion means nothing. It's like if you give your seal of approval to everything, it means nothing.
Exactly.
She's overused her seal of approval.
Exactly.
She's approved everything.
Right. Every hotel is not 5 stars.
No.
Right.
Most are not.
Exactly.
I've been to several. There are 2.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I have an opposite experience, and if you want to, maybe we could set up some sort of exchange rate.
Okay.
My wife is brutally honest about everything, to the point where I do get good feedback on things.
Right.
But I sometimes also get crushing disappointment.
Ah.
Yeah.
See, I never get the crushing disappointment because if she were to say,
right,
well, I don't like that.
Right.
This is the following conversation that would take place. Well, why don't you like it? What don't you like about it? Seriously, what don't you like about it?
Yes.
No, seriously, why don't you like it? What don't you like about it?
And is she saying this
what
whole time?
And why don't you...
Is she saying this whole time, I don't know, I just don't like it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've also had that conversation about not even things I was involved in. Because in my mind, you have to have a specific reason to say you don't like something.
Yeah.
For instance, Katherine Heigl.
Yeah.
The actress.
Yeah.
I do not like her. Why? Because I think that she thinks she's pretty cool. And I don't agree. That is a reason to not like something.
You know what? And that's viable. And
I do not like
makes
Beats.
sense.
Why? They taste like dirt.
Oh, I thought you meant the headphones.
No. I'm actually okay with Beats.
And I was like, why are you tasting your headphones?
Yeah.
That's not the point.
No,
Yeah.
I mean,
Wrong
Dr. Dre.
sense. Yeah.
Dr. Dre did that.
He did.
He does no wrong.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Oh,
A true
I don't like Nickelback. Why? Because they're talentless hacks.
That's a reason.
No, that
Yeah.
is a solid reason.
I'm not going to ding you because I already dinged
No,
you.
it's already happened.
Danged you. What's the past tense of ding? Dinged? Danged?
Donged.
Dunged.
Dunged.
Donged.
Not dung.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dunk. Stink, stunk.
She
Yeah.
will do this. I don't like it. Why? I don't know.
Just don't like it.
It's not a reason. You don't.
And it's not helpful. That's the thing.
You're not disliking
Yeah.
whatever is happening.
Well, she's going to love the tail end of this episode.
Oh yeah. She will not be blindly supportive of this episode. By the way, no, this is a conversation we've had so many times. It will be like she gets a latte or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like it. Why? What don't you like about it?
Mm-hmm.
In my mind, the answer would be they put cinnamon in it. I don't like that.
I knew you were going to say cinnamon.
Sometimes it's okay,
Isn't that strange?
but there has to be a specific reason.
Right, sure.
The
sure.
espresso's weak.
There you go. That's a reason.
That's a reason.
Yeah.
Her reason is, I don't like it. That's not a reason to not like things. You don't dislike things because you dislike things.
That is circular logic?
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
You wives,
Yeah. The most well-worn subject in the world.
Oh, man. Now let's talk about mother-in-laws.
Let's...
That's the only more cliched
Taxi
subject
cabs
right
and
there.
airports. Yep, there we go. We've covered all of our
Man.
basic comedy bases.
Man, what's the deal with airplane food? Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? All right.
You're right.
I would love to go to an open mic and just do setups to like Jerry Seinfeld style jokes,
Yes.
observational
Yes.
humor, and then just do that.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Am I right?
What-
Am I right?
Hey guys, what's the deal with grape nuts? Right? Seriously, like what's the deal?
You would either... People would,
What? It's crazy.
it's not a grape. It's not a nut.
No. That's more explanation than I'm
Oh,
giving.
I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna do that for
leaving it there.
like 30 seconds and then
Okay.
move on to the next
the
joke.
next thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the end of my joke.
I think that I think you might be regarded as a genius.
It
that
seems
sense.
Andy Kaufman-esque.
It definitely does. You have to really commit to it.
Right.
You may have to fake your own death.
Well, I was planning on not ever doing that. Get out of the bag.
So, did I mention how Dan Aykroyd has web feet? Huh?
What?
Did I mention how Dan Aykroyd has
Yeah.
web feet? Yeah. Just trying to change the subject for you there. Yeah. Guys,
I thought the mini stroke had
well, it's happened a lot this
Yeah.
time. I've had a lot of nanos this episode.
Oh.
Guys, fucking email us. You've got it. You know it.
Yeah.
We said it earlier. You've tweeted us.
go check out Yelp reviews.
Yeah, you could do that.
That by the way is yelp.com/Sushi Jackknife
Sushi Jackknife.
or sushijackknife.yelp.com, one of the two.
At Sushi
Try 'em
Jackknife
both.
on Twitter. At Badlands Badly for that gentleman. At Justin Elcroft for this gentleman.
For those who were not paying attention earlier or
Yeah.
fast forwarded hoping the episode would get better.
And it didn't.
Right.
Yeah.
Email us if you want
Yes.
a very, very special, unpleasant
Cassette.
gift.
Yes.
It will be the worst.
It will. And I think also with this cassette, you may get a picture of our hands holding the cassette. Something you can treasure for all of your life.
I'm not going to do that.
Well, I'll just use both of my hands.
You're going to Photoshop your hands in twice?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to give myself two, or maybe it'll be two left hands or two right hands. Who knows?
Ooh, do that.
Yeah, we could do that.
Could you Could you Photoshop in better hands?
Than my hands?
For mine.
You don't like your hands?
Huh.
What's wrong with your hands?
I mean, nothing's wrong with them.
You just don't prefer them over other hands?
There are better hands.
Who out
in
of
the world.
everyone we know has the best hands? Who has your favorite hands?
Out of all the people we know?
Out of everyone we know.
I don't know. I don't pay that close of attention.
Do you have someone who has favorite hands?
Well, there are better hands in the world. I would assume Denzel Washington's hands.
Yeah.
Infinitely better than mine.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I bet he moisturizes.
Yeah.
He looks like he probably goes and gets a manicure every so often.
Yeah.
Gets those cuticles taken care of.
Right. I kind of want some grizzled hands.
Oh, you want some old...
Not old, but like boxer
You want
hands.
like Clint Eastwood hands.
Yeah, I want Clint Eastwood hands.
But like 70s Clint Eastwood. You don't want an 85-year-old's hands.
No.
To clarify.
Exactly. Yes. You've nailed it completely on the head. Mm-hmm. I don't want Gran Torino hands.
Right.
I want Cool Hand Luke hands.
There you go.
Cool Hand Luke hands.
That's Paul Newman, by the way.
Shit. Who?
Fistful of dollars?
Fistful of dollar hands. I want fistful
Dirty
of...
Harry?
Dirty Harry hands.
There we go.
Sushi Jackknife.